Hey guys, this is RM Productions, aka number 4603, and I am back in Lads and Distress Part 3. And we're at the ball, and it's gonna be great, so let's go. We hope you will enjoy yourselves tonight. Let the ball begin. Moving the computer a little. There we go. At this cue, the orchestra starts playing. Chatter resumes among the guests as they mingle amongst themselves. Prince Snow, I have been expecting you. A man approaches me the instant as the music begins. Your Highness. He bows and I drop in a courtesy. As he straightens up, I take the opportunity to study him. I notice from the start that he's extremely handsome, even compared to all the good-looking princes and dukes here. Well, at least the ball will be off to a good start. His lips curve upward into a smile as he catches my eye wandering over his frame. I just give him an innocent half-smile in return, unfazed. He seems amused at my response, his smile growing wider as he half bends over his outstretched hand. It's really annoying me that there's only 2 question marks. I don't know why. That's really unsatisfying. May I be so bold as to request this first dance, Princess Charming? My eyes fall onto his silvery white hair that contrast almost poetically with his stunning blue eyes, and recognition dawns on me. This smooth attitude, the attractive features, he must be Prince Snow. In the back of my mind, I recall my parents' warning for me to avoid associating myself with him, but I pushed the little voice away. Just as I expected, he is as desperate for marriage as I am for an alliance. As shown from his eagerness to ask me to dance, I should take this opportunity to get him to know him better. It would be my honor to dance with you. I take his hand, and he wastes no time before sweeping me into an elegant waltz. I can just barely make out the figures of my parents in the call amongst the crowd. They seem to be staring in my direction. I can practically feel their disapproving glares burning holes into my body. Oh god. I pretend not to notice and let us melt into the crowd of dancing couples. Turning my attention to the man I'm dancing with, I put on my best smile. I don't believe we have been introduced. I let my royalties trail off. Oh, how rude of me. I am Prince Snow from Snow Kingdom. Please forgive my atrocious manners. I was merely too stunned by your beauty to recall the countless lessons I've learned in etiquette. My lips twitch in amusement. It seems like the rumors are quite correct. Or just correct even. Prince Snow simply exudes charisma and flirtatiousness. With that appearance along with his charm, Prince Snow is the I'm sorry, someone came to see me. With that appearance along with his charm, Prince Snow is the epitome of a dangerously handsome rogue. I now understand why so many women fell victims to his flirtations, despite knowing his skirt-chasing ways. He must not have a very good teacher. I am simply appalled at the standard of... What? You must not have had a very good teacher. I am simply appalled at the standard of teaching in the Snow Kingdom. Any half-competent teacher must have prepared their students in advance for such difficult situations as this. Though I must admit it's unusual to meet a prince who is still apparently highly affected by a woman's looks when he's surrounded by beautiful ladies every day. Prince Snow flashes me a coquettish grin. But none of the ladies I encounter are half as gorgeous as you. Their beauty simply cannot measure up to yours. You are certainly as charming as they say. He gives a quick chuckle, but I can detect a slight note of anxiety in his next words. I see my reputation has preceded me. I sincerely hope it does not poison my image in your mind. I would hate to miss out on an angel because of my past sin. I resist shaking my head in amusement at his outrageous comments. I assure you I am no angel. I beg to differ. Tell me, did it hurt? That hurts. It does hurt. It really does. Pardon? Did it hurt when you fell from... God, no. No! I stare at him with a straight face for a moment, holding back my giggles, but eventually lose the battle. There is no way any lady has taken that kind of flattery seriously before. Believe me, that comment came from my heart. It was not meant to be flattery, but a genuine compliment. He winks at me, a glint of humor in his eyes. Still laughing, I decide to play along. In that case, I must thank you. Nothing to thank me for, my dear princess. Has anyone ever told you that you have the most melodic laugh? It's simply music to my ears. You seem surprised if your suitors do not remind you every day how beautiful and fascinating you are in every way. They are simply not doing a good enough job. Well, I will pass on this generous advice to my non-existent suitors. I have no competition yet. Wonderful. That means I still have a chance to win your heart. I warn you that may not be an easy task. I'm always up for a challenge. Prince Snow continues to flirt with me, making me throw my head back in laughter while leading the dance. Surprisingly, I find myself not having to fake interest and force myself to pay attention to him. Instead, I'm genuinely enjoying our conversation and warming up to him. In fact, I don't even realize that the song has come to an end until he releases me. I give him a warm smile, courtesying. He bows in return, taking my hand in his, pressing a kiss to my hand. Thank you for the dance, Princess. I enjoyed myself greatly. You are as delightful and charming as your name suggests. The pleasure was all mine. You are a great dance partner. My dance teacher would be ecstatic to hear that. Is your dance teacher better than your etiquette teacher? Well, you should be the judge of that. I do believe he or she give your teacher a raise in wages. He lets out an amused laugh. The next song starts, this time a more upbeat, jovial tune, and couples resume dancing around us with their new dance partners. I suppose I should not keep you any further. I'm beginning to fear that one of the men from the long line of waiting suitors vying for your attention may grow impatient and stab me with a sword. I would protect you if it comes to that. Prince Snow laughs again, pressing another quick kiss to the back of my hand. You are simply wonderful. Such a great conversationalist. I cannot remember the last time I enjoyed simply talking to someone this much. I can see why people believe you would be a great queen when it is your time to take the throne. Thank you once again for the dance. I shall forever treasure this memory. Until next time, my dear princess. He backs away slowly, his eyes fixated on me. Unsurprisingly, several men walk my way the instant Prince Snow leaves. From the center of this ball, after all, most of the nobles here have only come for a chance at wedding me for my magical powers and the kingdom's prestige. The first man to get to me bows silently and reaches out his hand. I take it, and a few of the other spatulas sigh in disappointment. The orchestra begins to play the next piece, and I look up at him with a grin. Let's dance, shall we? We swirl up into each other's arms, our faces getting dangerously close for the briefest seconds. A minute passes, then another, with us simply dancing in silence. I would suspect this mysteriously quiet prince has no interest in me if not for the fact he approached me instantly. His eyes stayed devotedly on my face the entire time. Maybe he's just shy and finds it difficult to start conversations. Deciding to help him out, I open my mouth to speak. I don't believe we've met. Could I have your name? Rather than responding, he uses his available hand to brush his lips before shaking his head. Can you not speak? He shakes his head, and I look at him once more. As far as I know, the only male monarch of a noble around my age who is unable to speak is. Are you Prince Mer? He nods. The silence unnerves me a little, but it isn't bad by any means. Just different. Out of the corner of my eye, I spot Nicole in the crowd watching us intensely, and I'm reminded of what he had told me about Prince Mer beforehand. Prince Mer looks and feels mundane, but then again I'm only human, even if I'm great with magic. Or perhaps rumors are just rumors after all, even when they come from fairies. Either way, how interesting that the first two people to win my attention and time are both men I should not marry. I steal one more glance at my parents and Nicole, then giggle at their faces. Well, I'm so lucky to be face to face with Prince Mir right now. It's the perfect opportunity to interrogate him. And how do you suppose you'll do that? But how do I interrogate a mute man? Yes, precisely. Prince Mir, how do you... The conversation started. That is ridiculous. That is... I am cringing. Please don't do that. Charming girl. Milady, please, princess, don't do this. I feel like I'm some butler, like trailing behind her, like, princess, please do not do this. I am legit Gisette from, the second reproduction. Just, princess. Prince Mir, how do you feel about black magic? Because that's a completely normal question to say. I'll lower my voice. I hope you don't hate it. I practice it often. Please nod if you agree with my little hobby. I want a suitor who will accept me for who I am, after all. Prince Mir blanches and shakes his head. I chuckle at that expression on his face. Don't worry, I'm only kidding. I never learned dark magic. Always wanted to learn about curses, though. I carefully scrutinize his face, hoping it will betray fear or guilt. However, Prince Mir only continues to look confused. I sigh and decide I should backtrack to avoid suspicion. My so-called interrogation is floundering. That was a really bad way to do it. I may have been hoping for a bigger reaction for a meal. Teasing others is my greatest hobby, although today is clearly not my day. Prince Mir chuckles at my words. While I consider my options, he gently dips me down onto his right arm, startling me out of my thoughts. The lack of conversation forces me to focus on our movements, on his proximity. When I twirl out of his embrace a moment later, I am almost disappointed. We dance around the ballroom, practically claiming the floor for ourselves. 1 second we are as far from each other as our outstretched but intertwined hands allow. The next second we are far closer to each other than conventions would expect. I know nothing about your personality or beliefs, but I dare say we make a great dancing team. The prince raises his eyebrows, but his lips inch into a grin. Don't get cocky now. Dancers don't have any political use. His shrug blends so seamlessly into our movements that I almost can't tell whether it was intentional. I whirl out of his grasp one last time as the music draws to its end. Finally, we release each other's hands. I really had a good time. The prince nods. I'd love to keep dancing with you, but I doubt anyone around us would approve. I courtesy as a farewell and prepare myself as the horde of suitors that is bound to approach me soon, but Prince Mir seizes my hand before I can utter another word. What is it? He opens his mouth to speak, then shakes his head, remembering his inability. With a sigh, he lifts my hand, palm up, and uses his index finger to write it. Thank you. I look up back at him, and my smile wide. No, thank you. The prince seals his words with a kiss into my palm before he walks away, letting the crowd consume him. Rather charming, I must say. Gisette approves. The rest of the night passes by in a blur. And the worst thing is that nobody will get that reference. I should finish the second reproduction. I don't know why I haven't. It just, I don't know why I stopped. I really don't. I have no idea. I think I've danced with every single man there as every time a song comes to an end, I would get whisked away by another waiting dance partner. My feet are positively aching by the end. As I watch the guests slowly filter out of the room, laughing with rosy cheeks from their wine, I wish nothing more than to crawl back into my warm sheets and fall asleep. Father, mother, may I excuse myself? I'm exhausted and wish to get some rest. Of course. Relieved, I give a quick courtesy, but before I can leave, Father touches my arm and says in a low voice, "Don't forget, you still have to make your choice tonight. Your mother and I will be waiting for your response tomorrow morning." I give a heavy sigh. Yes, Father, I know. Good night. Oh well, it's time to end the episode. I'll see you in the next one. Yes, goodbye.